I will call the Finance Committee meeting to order. Let's see, it's March 11th, about 9:05. First item on the agenda are receipt of several reports. The accounts paid report for the period ending January 2026. Any comments or questions on that? Then I will move for receipt of that report. All those in favor say aye. Sorry,
Aye.
Mr. Bond.
Aye.
I jumped in there.
Oh, good.
And before I go on to B, I'm thanking Miss Salerno and her team for these reports and for all the good work that the department does. And Miss Salerno, do you have any comments to make on these reports or anything else in the finance department?
No, everything's in the report. Thank you, though.
Okay. Then I will go on to 1B and move for receipt of the executive summary financial report for the period ending January 2026. Any comments or questions from commissioners, from staff, from the public? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Mr. Pitts, Melvin Pitts, our finance officer, his report is attached. There's quite a bit of detail in there. It's early in the year, so I'm not sure how much you can make of the information. But Mr. Pitts, do you have anything you'd like to add to the report?
Nothing much. Everything is there. As you mentioned, it's pretty early in the year, but a significant jump, as you can see from the first report to this report, due to timing issues and the way monies and funds are coming in, is a consistent flow of revenue coming in. We continue to make deposits as necessary and continue to cut checks to the township.
Thank you. We're happy about the receipts and we're hoping that you're making more deposits than you are writing checks.
Absolutely.
Any questions from commissioners, staff, or the public on the finance officer report? Seeing none, I will move for receipt of that report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Information technology, February 2026. Mr. Rubin, your report's attached. Similarly, there's a lot of information in your report each and every month. Do you have anything you'd like to add to the report?
No additional comments, Commissioner. Thank you very much.
Okay, and we have it. We'll start off with at least one commissioner comment. Commissioner Sheremy Waltz, you have something to ask or comment?
Yeah, a question slash comment. Mr. Rubin, when we met recently, we talked about how when we're using OpenGov, the individual who submits a claim doesn't always get follow through because of how the system works. And I was very happy to learn that now if the individual who submits a concern enters in their contact information, that there is a system in place to not only notify them, but notify perhaps the commissioners who are in the ward where the concern has taken place. I was just hoping for the benefit of the audience, you could give us a little background on that and update the process.
Sure. No, great question. So, rest assured that when you do submit a report of concern, township staff, it is routed immediately to the correct department, and that is addressed. Based on feedback from the community, we did add some additional steps to allow for a contact complainant step, both at the beginning and at the end. So ensuring that we can kind of close the loop of communication between our residents when they're submitted. So when you fill out that form, it does not tie to your OpenGov account. And I know that that is a little bit of a hampering, and we are looking into what we can do to try and work through that we are using our permitting and licensing module, which is not necessarily directly meant for like a 311 report a concern system, but we are using it for that to take advantage of all the benefits on the back end that the residents don't see. But as staff, we can now include departments and communicate through that system effectively. We can issue violation citations automatically. So while, you know, the inspector's out looking at something in the field and writing the violations being automatically written for them, it's being mailed out back at the office. So really increasing some township efficiencies there through personnel. But rest assured, if you say that you do not want to be contacted, it is 100% anonymous. But if you do leave your contact information, it does now allow our staff, and it does prompt them to reach out and try and again close that gap of communication, both at the beginning of the process to understand what your complaint is, and both at the end to try and give you whatever follow-up they can give you in regards to the case. Did I answer your question, Commissioner? Anything else I can add to that?
Great. And not only am I happy to see it, I've gotten great feedback from my community members. So thank you.
Yep, and rest assured, we are looking at some other components there that are still in the works with our GIS product to see if we can do some things for commissioners to give them a little bit more of a comprehensive report. Still just working out some of the logistics there.
So before I go to Commissioner Stein, Mr. Rubin, did I hear in your answer or in Commissioner Sheremy Waltz's comment that the commissioners are now tied in or advised of the comment? No.
No, currently the step in the workflow for staff when they're going through is to reach out to the complainant. So at the first part, just to reach out and get a little bit more discovery of what their complaint is. And then at the end to try and give whatever follow-up they can give wherever it is in the process, wherever they can, whatever information they can provide. Obviously, if it's in the court system, there's some information that they won't be able to provide. It doesn't necessarily loop in the commissioner right now, but we are looking at some of that information and what we can do with that in the very near future.
Okay, and as far as replying to everybody who submits something, there is follow-up to make sure that if the people put their contact information, that it's not being lost in the system.
That's correct. We always had the contact information, but now there's a direct step that advises staff that someone has left their contact information and to please reach out or make an attempt to reach out to them about their complaint.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Commissioner Stein, did you still have a question?
I think Mr. Rubin touched on it slightly, that it's involved in the GIS piece that's still in development, but I was going to ask about the status of the reports that commissioners would be able to see open sort of complaint tickets within their ward.
Yeah.
You got an update on that?
Yes, I'll work with the township manager so we can get that sent out to you. We did create the reports. Just want to finalize one or two details before we send them out. So.
Okay, yeah, those would be very helpful.
Of course.
Any other comments from commissioners, from staff, or from the public? Thank you, Mr. Rubin. I'll move a receipt of the information technology report. All those in favor say aye.
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 We'll count the last aye. Grants, February 2026. Is Ms. Brinker? Yes, Ms. Brinker. Your report is attached, and you are busy with a lot of monitoring current grants in process, as well as applying for new grants. Did you have anything you'd like to add to the report?
I'll jump in, Commissioner. So yeah, I just wanted to add, I know we talked about at the previous meeting about receiving a grant through the community project funding for Roland Community Center. We also received $793,000 for our next section of the Tokenie Creek Trail between Ashmead Road and Central Avenue. So that's really exciting, which will take the existing trail, connect it into Melrose Country Club, which is the community that's currently under development, and will have a very large trail network. And then there is also from that community, there is an unpaved, but still a trail connection into the city of Philadelphia. So we are working on extending that trail network, and that's really exciting. The other thing of note for that is that I'm sorry, that was $1.5 million. The $793,000 is statewide funds that DVRPC is recommending us for approval. So there could be some additional funding for that project, which also is really exciting. We are right in the midst of spring grant season, which there's a lot of grants that open in the spring. I want to thank Sam Brinker, Kim Kirshner, and Commissioner Jeremy Walls, in addition to our consultant Bowman, for assisting in submitting the grants that we have and are planning to submit. We've submitted a number already, and we continue to apply for grants so that we can continue realizing the vision that we have for the community and making it really great. So,
Thank you. And you mentioned the Tuckadee Creek Trail. For anyone who hasn't noticed or doesn't drive along New 2nd Street, which I go through a couple of times each day, please exercise caution there. Just yesterday and driving today, they've been painting new lines there, and the traffic signals are being put in place. So as we've been informed in the past, they'll be on I think a flashing red for some time, but the actual lane is a little different because going south towards Cheltenham Avenue, there's now a left turn lane there. So please exercise caution there. And specifically, when the light goes into effect, the idea is it's supposed to improve safety, not cause accidents. But I look forward to that. Any other comments on grants? Then I'll move for acceptance of that report. All those in favor say aye.
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 Old business for the Finance Committee? New business for the Finance Committee. Before I ask if there are any other items, we have one item on the agenda, but it's a two-part item. Consider recommending the Board of Commissioners authorize the submission of applications to the MontCo 2040 Implementation Grant Program for the following projects. So we'll take these one at a time. The first is the demolition and site preparation of 2 properties on North Avenue in connection with the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection's Glenside Flood Control project in the amount of $160,000, and there was an attachment. Township Manager Elliott, did you want to say something on this?
Sure. Yes, Commissioner. This is part of, as you mentioned, the Glenside Flood Control project. We've received a number of grants to help with acquisition of the 3 properties that the township needs to acquire for this program. 2 of the properties have structures on them, so the township is planning to demolish them to limit its liability until the properties can be developed into large basins as per the program. So this is one more step on seeing that vision realized. And I know it's a long time coming.
Thank you. It's a big step, and I'll speak on behalf of our president. The Glenside Flood Control has been going on for at least 10 years. I think actually much longer than that.
Yeah.
But if I say at least 10, I think I'm covered. But it's a long time coming. We're making progress, and the community should find this very welcome news that these 2 properties are being acquired. Commissioner Stein, comment or question?
Both. Yes, it's wonderful that this is moving forward. Great to see more movement on this. And the question is, what, like, demolished and then just left, like, does the pavement come out with that? Does it, to what extent does the property get emptied by this part of the work?
I think There is provision to remove some of the asphalt on the property. We might leave some to allow for us to park for maintenance purposes. I don't know that we fully have the extent of it, but a good amount of the pavement will come up.
Okay, great.
Any other comments or questions on 3A1, the demolition of the two properties? Then, like I said, I'll take these separately. I'll move that the board that we recommend to the legislative meeting the submission of these applications for the demolition of two properties on North Avenue. All those in favor say aye.
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 Thank you. A2, the Wesley Plaza Protective Streetscape Initiative in downtown Glenside in the amount of $48,800. So again, this we are recommending to the full board next week that we authorize the submission of an application to MontCo 2040 for a grant for this Wesley Plaza project.
Yeah, if you would like, I can give a little more detail, Commissioner.
Sure.
Sure.
It was actually very helpful, the attachment I saw, so thank you.
Yeah, so this is just to facilitate the ability for us to have more events in downtown Glenside. We have a similar grant that we applied for and were successful in for Elkins Park East. This would enable us to put bollards and benches in order to close off Wesley Plaza for events. This is part of kind of a bigger project that we are looking at, have our eye on. We've also added some ability to put some banners for our new branding initiative into the streetscape as well. So we can make it even more Cheltenham centric and really exciting.
And safe at the same time, right?
Yes, with the bollards, yes. Is there a matching on our part for this?
I believe there is, and I forget what it is. I don't think it's 50%. I think it's less than that. I think it's a $61,000 project overall.
Okay, thank you. Any questions or comments on this?
Yes, I have just a quick question. You had mentioned, so this is specific to Wesley. The flags you were mentioning would be specific to Wesley and then Elkins Park East, possibly. Is that the plan, or just Wesley?
This is just for Wesley Plaza. We'll look at flags and furniture and other initiatives through. We have a couple of grants that we received aside from this program for Elkins Park East.
Okay, thank you.
Right. As far as Elkins Park East goes, we've received some, and I think you're applying for some additional ones on Elkins Park East. So that project is very much being discussed and is moving. It appears very promising.
And that will be a collaborative effort through the IDA, Industrial Development Authority, and the Cheltenham Community Development Corporation. So there's 3 different funding sources so far to put that project together.
Any other questions or comments on the Wesley Plaza project, streetscape? Then I will move the recommendation to the full board for the submission of this application. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any other new business for the Finance Committee? Not seeing any. Citizens Forum for the Finance Committee. We have some citizens here as well as commissioners are citizens too. Staff? No Citizens Forum. That takes us to adjournment. Unless there are any reasons not to, I will make the motion to adjourn the Finance Committee. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye.